because of our nation's treatment of the veterans of that war, the neglect, the ignorance, the lack of understanding, the lack of appreciation, and the simple lack, often when most needed, of a helping hand. If there is a stigma attached to Vietnam, it is because even today, 1 out of every 4 Americans without a job is a veteran. Because 2 out of every 7 Americans without health insurance is a veteran. And because 1 out of every 3 Americans without a home is a veteran, and too often one of Vietnam. And this wall reminds us of the shame of those statistics. And if there is a stigma attached to Vietnam, finally, it has been our failure to account fully for the 2,273 servicemen still listed as prisoners of war or missing in action. As Abraham Lincoln once said about slavery, so we say about the lack of accounting for POW MIA. If that is not wrong, then nothing is wrong. And as much as we might want to, it is simply not possible to just close the book on Vietnam almost 19 years later, when part of the war is still very much with us, forced on us. Almost 19 years after our official departure, the POW/MIA issue still haunts America, raising doubts about our own government, about our commitment to the issue, about our past actions, taken or not taken. This past August, a special select committee of the United States Senate was created to find the answers that have eluded us for so long. The assignment is compelling, even daunting. It is to seek answers, both here, by a certain elemental human emotion. We bridge generations. We understand a universal truth about war and about service to nation. It is for that reason that I want to find a different way to try to share with you what this fall and what this day mean. There are times when, as a senator, I come down here in the evening or in an early morning to find a grounding, to gain a better sense of priorities and of objectivity. It is hard to find meaning in this day. But I want to share with you a letter written 130 years ago that talks about the universality of the emotion that we feel here today. This letter is about service in the highest sense. It is about knowingly giving one's life to a higher purpose. It was written by a major in the Union Army during the Civil War. And it was written at the outset of that war, and it goes like this. My very dear Sarah, the indications are very strong that we shall move in a few days, perhaps tomorrow. Lest I should not be able to write again, I feel impelled to write a few lines that may fall under your eye when I shall be no more. I have no misgivings about or lack of confidence in the cause in which I am engaged, and my courage does not halt or falter. I know how strongly American civilization now leans on the triumph of the government, and how great a debt we owe to those who went before us. I am willing, perfectly willing, to lay down all the joys in this life to pay this debt. But all the while, the memories of the blissful moments I have spent with you come creeping over me, and I feel most gratified to God and to you that I enjoyed them so long. How hard it is for me to give them up and burn to ashes the hope for future years, when, God willing, we might still have lived and loved together and seen our sons grow up around us. But oh, Sarah, if the dead can come back to this earth and flit unseen around those they loved, I shall always be near you, in the gladdest days and darkest nights, always, always. And if there be a soft breeze upon your cheek, it shall be my breath. As the cool air fans your throbbing temple, it shall be my spirit passing by, Sarah. Do not warn me dead. Though I am gone, I wait for thee, and we shall meet again. So wrote Major Sullivan Ballou the night before he was killed at Bull Run, just a few miles from here. Listening to that letter and its extraordinary spirit of giving, of love for something other than self. Looking at this magnificent wall, heeding the emotions that reside deep down inside of all of us, we understand. We know that there is no glory inherent in war, but there is glory without measure in the memories that we share here, in the significance, in the grandeur of what they gave, in the honor due those here today and elsewhere across our country who have borne our nation's battles in years gone by, and in our shared prayer that the drums of war will not soon be heard again. We celebrate their gift as we remember, and we try to find sufficient words to say thank you, and we do most of all stand in awe.